It's exhibition basketball here on ESPN. The Heat come in with an anemic offense that is always hard-pressed to find their next basket. They're going to need something special if they want to compete tonight. They should find a tough matchup versus the Hawks, who come in needing to stay calm offensively. They can get frustrated in a slow game or get run down in a fast break affair, so a comfortable pace will be the key. So with that, let's send it over to Bob Steele and Rod West, who are standing by in Miami.
Hello, everybody out there. We're at the American Airlines Center in Miami. I'm Bob Steele, and I'm here with my partner, Rod West. Let's take a quick look at the starters. Any thoughts, Rod?
Sharif Abdur-Rahim is a 20-point-plus scorer a game, Bob, so the defense better not forget to keep an eye on him.
Okay, Rod, now let's head to center court for the player introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention courtside for the player introductions. For the Atlanta Hawks, at center, Theo Ratliff. At forward, Glenn Robinson. At guard, Jason Terry. Also at guard, Emmanuel Davis. Also at forward, Sharif Abdur-Rahim. And now it's time to become starting lineup for your Miami Heat. At the forward position, Adam Xavier, 6'9", number 44, Ryan Grant. Also at forward, from Connecticut, 6'7", number 4, Teron Butler. At the guard position, out of Temple, 6'6", number 6, Eddie Jones. Also at guard, out of DePaul, 6'3", number 1, Rod Strickland. At the center position, from Georgetown, 6'10", number 33, Alonzo Mourning.
The Hawks take the tip-off to start the game. Passes.
Line it up.
Pays away inside. Hauls it in by Grant.
What a denial, Bobby. Got that hand up there and sent it back down. Great job.
Pulls the trigger from 8. Puts too much on it.
Butler doesn't have a flashy inside game, so he has to earn everything the hard way.
Ratliff is looking for the ball. In low, in the paint. Kicks it out. Davis shoots. Gets the front rim. Yanks it down inside.
Davis must have realized that he had an average defender on him and put up that shot. The problem is that he's just an average shooter.
Nabbed by Jones.
Double.
Passes it. 7 seconds to shoot. They're inside. Mourning from inside. Brings the first bucket of the game.
Mourning starts off with the drop step here, but he quickly makes a decision to pull up the jumper.
Being decisive here is the key, right, Rod?
Time is money. Once you make your move, you have a split second to make the right decision, and in this case, it was the J.
Ratliff with the inbound. Just under 4 minutes here in the first quarter. Pass low post. Stolen.
Oh, that's just a weak pass to the inside. He can't afford sloppiness like that, Bob. The passer has got to put the ball where his teammates can get their hands on it without sacrificing position.
Mourning stepped on the line, and they'll give the ball up. Davis passes.
Basic. Turn 4-5.
Abdur-Rahim now has it. The off-the-glass lay-in was cashed in by Abdur-Rahim. Passes. Mourning takes the turnaround J. No one's home.
Mourning should think twice before he takes that shot. And if he still wants to shoot it, he should think a third time and a fourth time. That's not his game.
It's stolen. Received by Strickland. Passes it.
Get him. Help down low.
7 on the shot clock. Passes.
Tee it up.
Shoots with the clock winding down.
For a better look.
Can't think the well-defended shot.
Mourning doesn't need to take that shot. There has to be a better option on offense.
Nice stop.
Grant corrals the defensive board. Nice rebound by the 9-year man out of Xavier.
The Heat
Bring it up. They're shooting 25% from the floor.
Double up.
Went class in the lay-in, but it's missed by Mourning. Davis with the ball.
Abdur-Rahim
Wants it down low. They work it in.
Abdur-Rahim
Shoots from 13 feet out. Tickles the twine.
Pretty good from there, Bobby. Great release.
Just over 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Strickland passes it.
Kick coming. Yo, power shot.
Gets busy. Definitely on the way down there. That's goaltending. Count the bucket.
Abdur-Rahim.
Throws it in. Just under 2 minutes here in the first quarter. Passes it.
Get him. 3-eye.
Passes.
Roll it. Stay tight inside.
7 seconds to shoot.
Abdur-Rahim
Puts it up. It's blocked.
Bob, you can be as big as an oak tree on defense and still miss the shot block if you're not in position. He kept himself in front of the basket and gave that shot no chance at all.
Goes with the fadeaway. Gets back iron and out.
Now, you're going to see that shot go in most of the time. Big break for the defense.
Kick coming.
Passes it.
Ball. Abdur-Rahim.
Rod, here it is one more time.
Davis made a great decision. He saw someone had a better shot than he did, and he gave it up. Now, that's a team player.
Team play is contagious, Rod. Let's keep our eyes out tonight for some more great passes.
Grant.
Inbounds the ball.
Pick him up.
53 seconds here in the first quarter.
Grant.
Dishes it off.
Watch the pick.
Goes up. Stiffs the one-handed jam.
We don't need the dunk.
Passes.
Watch baseline. 5 on 2.
Robinson takes the shot from about 16. Gets the far iron, but it goes in.
He has amazing touch from there, Bob. Shooting like that is almost a lost art.
Well, quality outside shooting is more important with the rule changes allowing zone defense. It's a bonus to have a guy who can keep the defense honest and open up things down low. Knocked off course, and it's pulled in by Robinson.
He is such a great shot blocker. He just has that instinct, and he knows how to get a hand on the ball.
Davis unloads from deep, three-point range. Can't capitalize. There's the horn, and at the end of one, it's 8-4.
The Heat
trail single digits after one, Rod. Any significant stats that leap out at you?
Field goal percentage, Bob. When you're shooting that much worse than your opponent, you have to be relieved you're just down a little bit instead of being blown out. Now let's see if they can play some D and get it any closer.
Grant with the inbound. Strickland passes the ball.
Roll it. Spread. Get him. 82, same side.
7 on the shot clock.
Down low.
Jones launches from beyond the arc. Can't drop the lightly contested shot. Fades away inside. Gets the bucket and the foul. He'll go to the line for one more.
You never back down on offense. You go up strong and you finish strong, just like he does here.
Got to be strong to make a play like that.
Hey, defensively, you never want to foul a jump shooter. Challenge it aggressively, but don't bail him out and hurt your own team by giving up the bucket and the foul.
He can't complete the three-point play. Pass caught by Davis.
Pick him up. Open in. Watch baseline.
Passes it. They push it inside. Fires from the post. Bounces it off the left rim, then in.
You've got to put your absolute best player against him if you want to prevent him from scoring in there. As it stands,
That's a tough matchup.
Just over 4 minutes here in the second quarter. Strickland makes the pass.
Pin down, pin down.
Ball. It's going inside.
In low. Passes.
7 seconds to shoot.
Count that last jumper by Grant.
The D was there, but it really wasn't strong enough to be a factor, even against a mediocre inside man. The Hawks
Work it up court. They're 4 out of their last 6 from the floor. Abdul Rahim wants the ball. Rejected hard. And it's loose inside.
Nice job. He played that one perfectly and came away with the block. Now that's good basketball.
Switch up. Fires. Doesn't tie it up.
Jones has a first-rate mid-range game. Even though he missed that one, he has to keep taking that shot.
Abdul Rahim with a bucket here. He can get his 10th point of the game. The tray was missed by Terry. Fought for it and got it. Abdul Rahim is hacked on the way up, and he'll get 2 shots at the foul line. He gets the first of 2. He gets them both. Mourning throws it in.
Pick him up. The Heat
Have the rock. They're shooting 33% from the floor. Jones gets aggressive. Goes glass on the lay-in.
The Hawks
Head into the front court. They haven't hit a shot from the arc. Davis passes. In the paint. They're inside. The ball's loose. The steal. Strickland has it.
Now, you got to like that pincher attack down low. You've got 2 of your guys crowding him. Chances are one of them is going to come away with the ball.
I got him.
Caught by Grant.
84 pop. Turn 4-5.
Jones launches from beyond the arc. Picks up his 5th point of the quarter. He has a total of 7.
Jones didn't have to rush that 3 because no one was near him. He just zoned in and let it fly. The Hawks
Have it. They're 0 out of their last 2 from the arc. Launches from beyond the arc. Gets the foul. He'll get 3 shots from the stripe.
I don't agree with fouling on the perimeter, Bob, but at least he made sure that shot wasn't going in.
He gets the first of 3. And he gives them the lead. And he makes all 3. Mourning inbounds the ball.
The Heat
Bring it up. They're 4 out of their last 6 from the floor. Jones has the ball. They work it in. Tosses it back out. Grabbed by Grant. 7 on the shot clock. Unloads from 10 feet out. Doesn't get the tough shot.
Keep the ball up. The Hawks
Could add to their lead with a bucket this trip down. Pick him up. Robinson has position down low. Fires to the right block. It's blocked. Ratliff gets up. Gets the lay-in.
The Heat
Have the ball. They're shooting 40% from the floor. Strickland passes it. Jumps up. Botches the lay-in.
penetrate. The Hawks
Are at the controls. They haven't hit a shot from the arc. From the left block, the defensive rebound by Grant.
The Heat
Are just behind here, 17-13. Passes it. Stay tight inside. 7 seconds to shoot. Grant pulls the trigger from the high post. Gets back iron and out.
That's nice heads-up play on D.
Abdul Rahim takes a quick shot. Doesn't get it all the way there.
Abdul Rahim must have realized that he had an average defender on him and put up that shot. The problem is that he's just an average shooter.
Mourning goes with a leaner. Bounces it off the short side and in.
Mourning didn't like what he saw there at first, so he gives a little pump fake to get a better look.
It works like a charm here, too. And after the fake, just lines up for the J and drops it in, Rod.
They can go 2 for 1 here if they hurry, Bob. The Hawks
work it up court. They're 0 out of their last 2 from the arc. 3-5. Top of the key. Rises up. Watches the lay-in.
Great D down low.
The Heat
Can tie it up with a basket this trip down. Strickland dishes it off. Releases. Bounces off the left rim and out.
You cannot beat that kind of hands-on, in-your-face coverage, and it's so constant, too. That's a good example of how you play defense.
Butler corrals the defensive board. The clock runs out, and we're heading to the half. The score, 17-15. Time for a refreshment run for me and Rod while Clark brings you the halftime report.
Welcome to the ESPN Halftime Update. Here's a quick breakdown of the numbers from the first half. The Hawks have the rebounding edge here. They're going to need to work even harder on the boards in the second half because this game is just too close to call. Sharif Abdur-Rahim in the first half has a total of 10 points and 8 rebounds. That makes him our Sega Sports hot at the half player. That'll do it for now. Don't forget to tune in to the ESPN postgame show at the end of the game. Now let's go back to Bob and Rod.
Butler with the inbound. Passes.
What's baseline?
Nabbed by Grant. That's blocked.
Don't force it. Don't force it.
And he ties it up.
I got it.
Davis passes the ball.
The Hawks
Have the rock. They're 1 out of their last 6 from the floor. Goes with the crossover. Gets cut off by Butler. Gets vertical. Gets the lay-in.
Glenn Robinson.
This is a textbook crossover, Bob. Check it out.
Boy, straight past his man, and he lays it in for 2. Pretty move. Mourning throws it in.
The Heat
Head into the front court. They're shooting 35% from the floor. Passes it. Gains some altitude. Watches the lay-in. Leaves the ground. Watches the lay-in. Passes. Mourning works it up court. He has 4 points from the paint.
Ball. Pick him up. Screen coming. Sit down.
Pass to the paint.
Double up.
Fades away inside. Gets right iron. No good.
Grant has the uncanny ability to blow even the easiest shots inside, and that's sad.
Davis has the rock. He hasn't hit a shot from the arc.
Yo, step up.
Terry launches from beyond the arc. Doesn't get the go-ahead bucket.
Terry isn't even going to dwell on that last shot. He knows he should have made it, so he'll wait to redeem himself when the next open 3 comes around.
Strickland makes the pass. Mourning leaps up. Dumps it down with both hands.
Mourning made his mind up early that he was going with the flush.
Davis heads up court. He's 0 out of his last 2 from the arc.
Tee it up.
Passes it. Ratliff takes a turnaround J. Can't get it to fall.
Ratliff should have known better than to take that one. You have to play within the confines of the game. The Heat
Bring it up. They're 1 out of their last 2 from the arc. Now in the paint. Jones lets it go from 7 feet out. It's blocked.
Risky move right there, but it's an old coach talking. He was out of position to make that block, and the reach around like that can easily lapse into a foul, but the block was clean.
Kickback. Gets stopped by Strickland. It's 1-on-1.
Strickland continues to pester the offense, coughing it up and coming away with big-time steals. A few more plays like that, and they just might squeak by with this one. The Hawks,
With the score this trip down, can tie it up. Davis passes. Ratliff, guys! Dunks it down with one hand.
Ratliff is fearless, Bob. He knew he was going to get banged. He knew he might not get the call. He did not care.
That's what it takes to go inside and finish strong in the NBA. Mourning inbounds the ball.
Get him.
The Heat
Are at the controls. They're shooting 34% from the floor.
Don't get picked. Push down low.
Passes. Loose ball. 7 on the shot clock. Strickland launches from beyond the arc. Hits the front rim.
Strickland is a great outside shooter, but he met his match on defense that time.
Davis has it. He hasn't hit a shot from the arc. Received by Ratliff. Terry lets it go from the wing. Drops it in.
Pretty good from there, Bobby. Great release.
The Heat work it up court. They're shooting 33% from the arc. Mourning is asking for it in the post. They push it inside. Shoots. Can't answer back.
Now, a little bam-bam beneath the boards is expected, but you've got to be set to do it. That's a nice whistle.
He gets the first of two. Davis will lead the floor.
Substitution for the Hawks.
Ratliff with the inbound. Terry brings it up. He's 0 out of his last 2 from the arc. Terry passes it. Takes off. Watches the lay-in. 48 seconds here in the third quarter. Bounce pass. Passes it. 7 seconds to shoot. Jones takes a wide open shot. Gets right iron, no good.
Abdul-Rahim puts the finishing touches on a double-double, throwing up some pretty impressive numbers when his team needed them the most.
Mourning has the ball. He has 8 points from the floor.
You've got to put the club on the ball when this guy's nearby. He'll snatch it before you know it.
Takes the quick shot. Can't sink the well-defended shot. We're at the end of 3 with the score 23-23.
The Heat
Have played it even going into the fourth. What have you noticed statistically, Rod?
field goal percentage, Bob. They're not shooting as well as the opposition, but they played so well in other areas of this game, and that's why it's all tied up. Now they just need to play some even tougher defense and create easier baskets.
Robinson throws it in. Abdul-Rahim is looking for the ball. In low. Kicks it outside. Abdul-Rahim wants it down low. 7 on the shot clock. From inside, score the bucket! That's going to be goaltending!
The Heat
head into the front court. They're 1 out of their last 6 from the floor. Carter dishes it off. Goes with the fadeaway. Ties the game up!
simple but effective pump fake gets him enough room to bury the J. That's a clever move.
Especially when you're able to knock down the open jumper on a consistent basis.
The Hawks
have it. They're shooting 41% from the floor. Passes. Gets cut off by Jackson. Robinson now has it. 7 seconds to shoot. The ball's loose! Jones is at the controls. He's 3 out of his last 6 from the floor.
Didn't fool him with that pump fake. Nice concentration.
High rises. Watches the lay-in.
He had great position and allowed him to snag that rebound. That's how you play this game.
Terry works it up court. He hasn't hit a shot from the arc. The steal!
The Heat
bring it up. They're shooting 33% from the arc.
Yep, that ball was easy pickings down under like that. Don't put the ball on the floor when you're in the paint. In the middle of a traffic jam, it's yours to take or it's yours to lose.
The Hawks
have a big opportunity and can tie it up here. Pass caught by Glover. Terry lets it go from 17 feet out. Puts too much on it.
He had a good look, but the D stayed as tight as a new pair of shoes on a rainy day. This is going to be a real close matchup.
Grant passes the ball. Carter with the ball. 7 on the shot clock. Brings out Robinson. It's called for blocking. That's his first foul of the game. He can't get the first. Butler coming back in after sitting on the bench for a while. Yanks it down inside. Inside pass in the paint. Passes back outside. Knocked off course.
The Heat
Were the last ones to get a piece of it before it went out of bounds. Ratliff inbounds the ball. Passes it. 7 seconds to shoot. And loads from deep, three-point range. Gets the kind bounce off the back rim.
The Heat
Have the ball. They're 1 out of their last 3 from the arc. Grant wants the ball. Caught by Grant. 7 on the shot clock. They now have the lead after the shot by Grant.
Grant made sure he wasn't coming away empty-handed by throwing it down.
Terry has the rock. He's 1 of 3 from the arc. Lobbed it. Abdur-Rahim takes the turnaround J. Chelsea gets a tough shot. Butler makes the pass.
The Heat
Are at the controls. They're 3 out of their last 6 from the floor. Passes. Shoots. Can't take the lead.
Jones was playing the percentages there. He generally makes that shot, but not that possession.
Bounce low post.
Good rebound on the inside.
Good position and tip by Abdur-Rahim.
Now, sometimes it's just smarter to tip that ball right back in on the putback rather than bringing it down so it can just get stripped.
Couldn't agree more with you, Rod. Don't take any extra risks if you can help it. Grant with the inbound.
The Heat
Work it up court. They're shooting 33% from the floor. Morning has position down low. Pass back. Morning pulls the trigger from the high post. Yes, back iron and out.
He's got his rebounding fundamentals down, Bobby.
He sure does, Roddy. Anticipates where the ball's going to go, boxes out, and then cleans up.
They need to score here. Throwing up a brick leaves their small lead vulnerable, and if they lose it, they probably won't have enough time to get it back.
He gets the first of 2. He's off on the second. Morning passes. 58 seconds here in the game. Passes it. Kickback. They're inside. They'll take a timeout here. Grant with the rock.
They can go 2 for 1 here if they want, Bob. Let's see how they manage the clock.
There's the steal.
You know they've got those lines painted there for a reason. A good player knows exactly where he is at all times and does not slip out of bounds like that.
The Heat
Take their last timeout. Grab by Butler. Butler throws it in.
The Heat
Will turn it over.
He stepped out of bounds, and now they're going to have to give up possession. You have to know where you are on the court at all times.
Pick him up. Kick coming. 5 and 2. Terry passes it. Abdur-Rahim has it. I can't believe that just happened. Rod, break it down on the replay.
Abdur-Rahim didn't like what he saw there at first, so he gives a little pump fake to get a better look.
It works like a charm here, too. And after the fake, just lines up for the J and drops it in, Rod.
The Heat
At the rock, they're shooting 33% from the arc. Launches from beyond the arc. Can't drop the lightly contested shot. He gets the first of two. He's off on the second. The defensive rebound by Grant. Grant heads up court. He has 4 points from the paint.
Wow, they both had a hand on the ball, and he just barely ripped that one away. That was a will and determination rebound. I like seeing that as a coach.
The run cannot be stopped by Grant. Robinson grabs the defensive board. And that'll do it. Your final score for tonight's game, 34-29. Well, that will do it for us tonight. Make sure you catch SportsCenter so you can stay on top of the latest news in the sports world. Check your local listings for the correct time and channel. That's on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
This is Clark Dishman welcoming you to the ESPN postgame show. The Hawks come away with a narrow 5-point win over the Heat. They are performing well and will head off to the regular season. The Hawks just made a determined effort tonight to only take high percentage shots. The opposing team just couldn't pressure their shooters enough, and that proved to be the big difference tonight. Sharif Abdur-Rahim ended up with a total of 15 points and 14 rebounds. He will get our ESPN Player of the Game. What a player. Well, that will do it for now. Make sure to tune in to ESPN during the regular season for all the game's highlights and insight. I'm Clark Dishman. We'll see you then.